You might be asking what I'm doing here with my camera and my bike. Well, I'm here to talk about the impact of commuting in our own carbon footprint, as well as in our companies. This is quite important because an average adult in Switzerland has a carbon footprint of approximately 13 tons of CO2 equivalent per year, which is more than double the global average, and 33% of it comes from transportation, followed by housing and industry with 23%, and agriculture waste management with 21%. Back to commuting. In Switzerland, we have plenty of options: bikes, trains, electric cars, and the traditional petrol cars. But how can we decide which one is best for us? In my view, it is important to adopt a pragmatic approach. For example, by considering three factors: the carbon footprint, the cost, and how easy it is to implement in our daily lives. So let's compare it. First one, biking, the zero emissions champion. The most eco-friendly option here. Cost is extremely low after the initial purchase, maintenance costs are minimum, and it's easy to implement. But let's face it, Swiss winter and mountains make it challenging all year long. Biking to work can be also a great opportunity to get fitter, even if it's once a week or a month. Sometimes we can motivate ourselves joining other colleagues or setting up a challenge. In our case, the challenge was to commute by bike a few times during a couple of months to get a little bit prepared to climb the famous Mont Ventoux in the southeast France.
Chalet Renard, on dirait qu'il pleut là. Un petit peu plus que la moitié du chemin.
Go, go, go! Bravo! C'est les fins, Giuliano, Carlos!
Voilà. Pas facile, on travaille et tout. C'était pas pour l'équipe, tu vas pas arriver. 1200 mètres, dénivelé, sous la pluie, rafale de 55 km/h. Bonjour enfants, voilà, on a réussi 1910 mètres. J'ai les jambes qui brûlent énormément. Au bout d'un moment, j'ai chanté. C'est ça qui m'a donné la force pour finir. Et avec les collègues, c'est qui m'ont aidé. Allez, c'est fait. À bientôt. Second option, trains, reliable and low carbon. Emissions are around 6 grams only of CO2 per kilometer, thanks to renewable energy powering most trains here. The cost is moderate to high, as Swiss public transport, whilst it's very efficient, it can get quite pricey, especially without the travel pass. It's easy to implement, very convenient in urban areas and in between cities. I have gone through a combination of biking and train for the last 12 years, both in the UK and Switzerland. It seems that the kids are going through the same path. But when I was in Brazil, I was using mainly buses. The other options were quite limited at the time. The third option in our ranking are the electric cars powered by solar panels, what I'm using at the moment. The emissions are close to zero, but remember, battery production and disposal does carry a very high environmental cost, and still a lot of questions on how this will be managed in a large scale going forward. The cost is high up front for the car and solar setup, but low running costs. Here's another example of how reducing carbon footprint and costs go hand in hand. Another interesting variable to explore further is the AI-driven cars. The autopilot would be able to reduce energy usage by applying consistent speed, optimizing routes, and regenerative braking that feeds energy back to the batteries more efficiently than when driving ourselves. So in your city, what is the best choice for commuting? Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.